It's time once again for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Hello, everybody. It's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And Merry Christmas! This beautiful fire here, getting warm. Got a Christmas story for you. Did you wake up early? Did you get up early and open your presents already? Or do you have to wait to some hour, a later hour, maybe like dinner time, before you get to open your presents? Well, I hope you're having a great Merry Christmas. Today's story we're going to read to you is a Berenstain Bears story. It's the Berenstain Bears Old Fashioned Christmas by Jan and Mike Berenstain. And this story was copyright back in 2012. You ready? Here we go. It was the day before Christmas in Bear Country. New fallen snow covered the ground as the Bear family pulled up to Grizzly Gran and Gramps' house. Their car was so piled up high with boxes, bags, and packages. "Welcome, everyone," called Gramps and Gran. "Merry Christmas." After lots of big bear hugs and kisses, they took the packages inside. They were home for the holidays with Gramps and Gran. Inside, Gran's Christmas figures were on display. She had made them herself from pine cones, corn cobs, nuts, berries, twigs, and leaves. There were little Santa bears, Christmas angels, Christmas elves, reindeer, and snowbirds. The mantelpiece was lined with Christmas cards. Sister found one with a picture of Mama, Papa, Brother, Honey, and herself. "Look," she said proudly, "this is our Christmas card." After looking over Gran's decorations, the cubs plunked themselves in front of the TV to watch Christmas videos. But the TV was unplugged. "This is going to be an old-fashioned Christmas, just like it was when I was a cub," said Gramps. "Back then, there wasn't any TV." "No TV," said brother and sister, shocked. "How could you live like that?" "There are lots of other things to do at Christmas time," said Gramps. He led them to the piano. The cubs jumped on the piano bench and began to play. Really, they just made a lot of noise. "That's no way to treat a piano," Gramps said, laughing. "This is a player piano. If I pump the pedals, it will play a song." Gramps sat down and pumped away. The piano played all by itself. "Wow," said brother. "Awesome," said sister. "Honey just clapped." "Let's sing along," said Gramps. "On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me." "Gramps," called Gran, "stop that caterwauling. It's time to go out and get our Christmas tree." Grouched Gramps. "We'll finish the song later. Come, cubs." They put on their coats, hats, and mittens and went outside. Gramps got an axe from the shed. "I get my Christmas trees the old-fashioned way," he said. "I go out and cut 'em down myself." They tramped through the snow into the woods. They passed many trees that were too big or too small. "We need one about yay high," said Gramps, holding up his hand. They came into a clearing with a tree about yay high growing right in the middle. "Perfect," said Gramps and chopped it down. Timber! Yelled the cubs. Gramps carried the tree home. Let's get out our ornaments, he said. I call them heirlooms. The cubs carefully unwrapped all the heirlooms. These are amazing, said Brother. Yep, said Gramps. Brought 'em at the Roof's Grizzly's General Store 50 years ago. Cost me 6 cents a piece. And it's telling you here how to make your own Christmas ornaments. Gramps and Papa were setting up the tree. How about in this corner, Pop? Said Papa. Nope, said Gramps. Can't see it from the other room. But it wouldn't get bumped here, argued Papa. Now, Junior, said Grant, you know better than to argue with your father. Yes, Ma, said Papa with a grin. They began putting the lights and ornaments on the tree. Gran stood back and directed. A little more yellow on the top, she said. Now more lights in the middle. Too much red on the bottom. Finally, Gramps put Honey on his shoulders, and she set the Christmas star on top of the tree. And it looked wonderful. Now that's taken care of, said Gramps, heading back to the piano. We can finish singing the 12 Days of Christmas. But he noticed Papa building a fire in the fireplace. Let me give you a hand there, Junior, said Gramps. I'm an expert. I'll show you my special crisscross wood stack. He struck a match and lit the fire. Billows of smoke puffed into the room. You forgot to open the damper, Pop, said Papa, pulling a handle so the smoke went up the chimney. Just make sure you're paying attention, son. Yeah, joked Gramps. Now, delicious smells were coming from the kitchen. Time to help Gran and Mama with the cooking, said Papa. Gran and Mama were preparing all sorts of yummy things. There were pumpkin pie and mince pie, sweet potatoes and stuffed potatoes, chestnut stuffing and cranberry sauce, Christmas cookies and gingerbread bears, and of course, a big honey-baked salmon, the bear's favorite dish. How are we supposed to cook with all of you trapezing in and out of my kitchen, scolded Gran, shooing them away. Here's some pictures of some ginger bears. When dinner was ready, everyone helped put it on the table. It was a magnificent feast. After dinner, Gramps mixed up a bowl of his special Christmas eggnog. Again, he sat down at the piano. We will now sing the 12 Days of Christmas, he announced. But we hear singing already, said brother and sister. A group of neighbors were outside singing Christmas carols, decked the halls with boughs of holly. Fa-la-la-la-la, they sang. Come in, called Gramps. Have some eggnog? The carolers didn't need coaxing. Do you do this every Christmas, Papa asked. Yes, said one. We always get stuck at Grandpa's eggnog. It was getting dark as the carolers left and beginning to snow. The family could hear the sound of sleigh bells in the snow. It's Farmer Ben in his sleigh, said Gramps. Merry Christmas, Ben. Join me all, called Ben. Plenty of room for everyone, so the Bear family climbed aboard. I know what we should sing, said Brother. Yes, they all said, Jingle Bells. They stopped by Farmer Ben's farm to wish his animals Merry Christmas. Mrs. Ben was in the barn, bedding the critters down for the night. She had a special Christmas treats for them all. It looks just like the stable in Bethlehem, said Sister. It must really be Christmas. Mrs. Ben put out treats for the birds and the wild animals, too. After all, Christmas is for everyone. Back home, it was time to prepare for Christmas morning. First, brother, sister, and Honey put out presents for the grown-ups. Santa Bear, of course, would take care of presents for the cubs. Gramps and Gran hung the family stocking up on the mantelpiece. They were the special ones that Gran had knitted herself. The cubs put out treats for Santa, a glass of milk and some gingerbread bears. Then they went upstairs for bed. After the cubs were washed up and in their pajamas, Gramps settled down to read them the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Mama, Papa, Gramps, and Gran kissed the cubs goodnight and tucked them in. For a while they lay imagining all the toys and goodies they would be getting tomorrow morning. Then they closed their eyes and they drifted off to sleep. On Christmas morning, the cubs woke bright and early. They ran to wake up Mama, Papa, Gramps, and Gran. They couldn't wait to open their presents, but Gran insisted that they have breakfast first. The cubs gulped down breakfast as fast as they could, at last it was time for the presents. Brother, sister, Honey got lots of new toys, dolls, games, books, and clothes. Mama got a bath set that smelled like sweet flowers. Papa got a new pair of cozy red long underwear. Gran got a collection of brightly colored yarns for her knitting, and Gramps got a comfy new bathrobe. "You know, Gramps," said Mama, "this would be a fine time for you to lead us all in a singing of the 12 days of Christmas." But Gramps was fast asleep in his rocking chair, wearing his new bathrobe, with Honey asleep in his lap. "Shh, hush, Gran. Merry Christmas." Well, that's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Looks like I have to put a log in the fire. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.